Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us. You're still watching Tenfold. We are now going to go to a very interesting part of the show. This is a new segment that we have introduced because this show is created specifically to empower you. So we want you guys to benefit from this. Remember, this week we are doing factor remainder theorem, but we do allow in a particular week for you to send in any question that you might have across the math curriculum. It might not be our topic of focus for that particular week, but it could be a question that you've been looking at that you want us to look into. So we give you the opportunity to send in any question across the entire math curriculum that you want us to look into, and we call that the wild card. Now, our wild card for today comes from Brendan. And I've got very good news for Brendan. Brendan has won himself a TV, a 19-inch TV. If you also want the same for yourself, just go to our WhatsApp, send in those questions. It's just that easy. You don't have to do anything. You send a question, you get an answer. Beyond that, you might stand yourself a chance to win awesome prizes. So congratulations to Brendan. Tomorrow we will be in contact with you to give you your prize. So let's go and check what Brendan's question was.
Hi, my name is Brennan Michaels, and I was wondering if you would be able to help me with a question involving functions. So here is the question, and I would really appreciate it if you would be able to help.
Right. Oh, a very nice question. Thank you for that question, Brendan. So this wild card that we're currently dealing with today comes straight from functions, and it is not really a grade 12 per se question. Remember, in grade 12, there's a lot of grade 11 content that creeps in. So it's very important for us to always keep ourselves updated. In fact, if I had to make a wild guess, I would say about 70% of your final exam in grade 12 comes straight from grade 11's work. So it's very important for us to also keep those concepts in mind by doing a lot of revision. So your question, Brendan, is about functions, and it's got two graphs, which is a parabola on it, as well as a straight line, and we have to do a lot of analysis on this. So let's go and check out what the question is asking us to do. So this is a question that is saying to us the graph of the function f of x equals minus x squared plus 10x plus 24, and g of x equals 2x plus 4 as sketched below. So if you look at the sketch there, those are the two graphs. The first one is a parabola, a set face parabola, and I want us to look at the points that the parabola is passing through. It's passing through a couple of points. We will discuss them now in a short while. And in addition, there is a straight line g of x which meets the parabola at point A. All right, now, before we even go into the questions, you will notice that we haven't yet looked at the questions yet. I want you to understand something about the given information. There is a reason why examiners give you a love letter. So in this love letter that we have, which is the opening statement, I've got a function of f of x equals negative x squared plus 10x plus 24, which is the defining equation of the parabola we are looking at. Now, what are the features of a quadratic function? What are the features of a parabola? Let's look at that quickly. The features of a parabola is the following. If you draw any parabola, it's going to have the x-intercepts, 2 more often than not. It is also going to have the y-intercept, which we get to get the x in to obviously make y equals 0, to get the y in to make the x to be 0, and it also has a turning point, which is given by negative b over 2a, and once you've found the x value of that, you can substitute it into the function to get the corresponding y value. So from the given information, there is a lot of damage I can do on this question. I can find the x-intercept, I can find the y-intercept, and I can also find the turning point. I don't even know what the questions are, but by just looking at it, I feel like those are the things that I can find. For the line, we can also let's see, for the line which is g of x is 2x plus 4. If I look at that line, what are the features of the line? What are the key features of the line? Well, the line is not special. It just has the y-intercept, which we can find by making x 0. It also has the x-intercept, sorry for that, which we can find by making y to be equal to 0. So these are the two important things that I need to have in mind, the features of the graph and how to find them. Once you understand that, it becomes very easy for you, Brendan, to be able to navigate your way around this particular question. So I'm not going to do anything special. I'm just going to look at these two equations that are given and see how I can use them to find the solutions to the questions. So let's jump right into the question and see what will happen. The first question is asking us The first question is asking us to find something very interesting. It says, determine the coordinates of the turning point D. Now, if you look at the turning point, it's right at the top there. That is where the turning point of the graph is here. The keyword, you have to always look at the keywords. And the keyword for this question is the word turning point. So the turning point, the x value is found by negative b over 2a, which is going to be equal to negative, our b value from the given function is the 10 there, the 10 that you're looking at, that is our b value there, right? So I'm going to substitute my 10, close bracket, divided by 2 times the value of a, which is minus 1, and then I'm getting an x value of negative 10 over negative 2, which gives me exactly 5. Now I'm looking for the correct value, the corresponding value of y, because the turning point will have both x and y. So I know now that the x value is 5, and I'm looking for the corresponding y value of d. In order to find the corresponding y value, every time when you have an x value, it's just as easy as saying, when you've got x to find y, just take that x and substitute it into the function. Once you substitute it there, it will give you the corresponding y value. So let's just jump into it and sub our x as 5 on the function. F of 5 is equals to negative 5 squared plus 10 into 5, and it says plus 24 at the end. Great. Let's see what will happen if you look at this. Well, we are looking at minus 25 here. You are looking at 50 here. You are looking at 24. This is actually 25 and 24 is actually a 1, so the final answer becomes a positive 49. That means our turning point is 5:49. A very great question. Thank you very much for that. We're now going to go to the second part of the question. Let's go and see that. The second part says to us, we have to determine the length of AB. We have to determine the length of AB. Now, when you are looking at these kinds of graphs, you have to see what is A on the sketch and what is B on the sketch. Then if you know what they are, you ask yourself a simple question. How do I get those coordinates that are there? Because for you to find the length of a particular line segment from one point to the other, you need the coordinates so that you can be able to see what is going on. So let's see what is happening in this one. Remember, we already know that this point is 5:49. We want to find the length of the distance from this point A all the way until point B. So for us to be able to do this, we need to know what is the points, the coordinates of the point A there, and what are the coordinates of the point B there. Now, since point A and point B lie on the x-axis, these are the x-intercepts of the parabola. So if I know how to find the x-intercept of the parabola, I will then be able to know how to find the values of the length AB. Right, now on that point, let's see what will happen. I'm going to take my function, which is f of x equals to negative x squared plus 10x plus 24, and I'm going to attempt to find the x-intercept of the graph. We will obviously say for x-intercept, our f of x is 0, so we've got negative x squared plus 10x plus 24. If I divide everybody by negative 1 here, you'll get 0 equals to x squared minus 10x minus 24, which you can easily factorize. Let's see what will happen here. You'll have x and x, the factors of 24. That can give us 10. It's going to definitely be 12 and 2, because 12 times 2 is 24, and 12 minus 2 is equal to 10. The bigger number follows the sign of the middle term. This one is going to be positive. Therefore, our x comes out as 12, or our x comes out as negative 2. So we need to see which one is which according to this sketch. So clearly you can see 12 is going to be the x value at B, and negative 2 is going to be the x value at A. Now we are talking length now, guys. Remember the following. Length is never negative, Brendan. From 0 to B is 12 units. From 0 to A is going to be, it says negative 2, but in distance terms, it is 2 units. So the distance from A all the way to B will just simply be 14 in total, because it's 2 and 12, which makes 14 in total. So let's check what is going to happen there. Therefore, the AB, the length of AB is equals to 12, right, minus 2, which is going to give you your length of 14 units. Very nice question. Let's go to the last part of this question. Question C says to us, we need to now find the length of EF. we need to find the length of EF. Let's look at what EF is here. If you look at EF, E is a point on the y-axis. That is where the parabola cuts the y-axis. So for me to find the value of E there, the y value of E, I just want to find the y-intercept of the graph. And I also need F there, which is a point where the line cuts the y-axis. This is also the y-intercept of the straight line. So I need the y-intercept of the parabola and the y-intercept of the straight line. Let's see what will happen. The equation of the parabola was f of x equals to minus x squared plus 10x plus 24. If you want the y-intercept, just make x 0. So f of 0, this one will become 0 here. This one will also become 0. The only surviving number there is going to be 24. So the y value at E is equal to 24. Right, let's go to the line now. The line was g of x. G of x is equals to, let's go and check it, just to make sure we don't make a mistake with us. It is 2x plus 4. Right, let's go to it. It's 2x plus 4, so we've got 2x plus 4. Right, so if it's 2x plus 4, then if I put g of 0, it's going to be 2 into 0 plus 4. It's going to give us a value of 4. So the y value here, where the line is passing, is 4. Now I want the length of EF. So EF is going to be the y value at E, right, minus the y value at point F, which is basically 24 minus a value of 4. And if you work out the value of this, it eventually amounts to 20 units. A very nice question indeed. Let's continue now and see what the last question says. Right, the last one says we have to find the coordinates of C. C is a point here, which is the point of contact of these two graphs. If you want to find the point where two graphs are equal, you just solve them simultaneously. So f of x is negative x squared plus 10x plus 24, and g of x is what was that? Let's confirm again what the line is. 2x plus 4, right? We've got 2x plus 4. Right, for me to find the coordinates of C, which is the point where the graphs are equal, I'm just going to equate f of x to g of x. So let's see what will happen. It is going to be negative x squared plus 10x plus 24 equals to 2x plus 4. They are equal at the point of contact. We need to solve them simultaneously. Now, if I take back these ones on the left-hand side, I'm going to end up with negative x squared. 10 minus 2 is going to give us plus 8x. 24 minus 4 is going to give us plus 20 equals to 0. Divide everybody by negative 1. X squared minus 8x minus 20 equals to 0. Grade 9 factorization. If you can't do this, of course, you can always use a quadratic formula. Let's see what will happen. These factors of x squared are x and x. Then we're going to have 2 and 10. The bigger number follows the middle term. This one is a plus. Therefore, x is 10. Or x is going to be negative 2. Now, this tells us that the graphs are equal at 2 points. Is this true? Yes, it is true. They are equal here at point A, which we did find that it's negative 2. They're also equal at point C, where our x is equals to 10. Now, we are missing the y value there. How do you get the y value when you've got an x? Just substitute this at any value that you want, any graph that you want. So I'm going to use g because g is quicker, 2x plus 4. So I'm going to look for g of 10, which is going to be 2 into 10 plus 4. That's 20 plus 4, which gives us 24. Therefore, that concludes our coordinate of C. Let's just clean that out so that our C value eventually becomes, what was the X value? The X value at C is 10, and the Y value at C is equals to 24. Right, that is a very good question. Thank you very much for that wildcard, Brendan. I hope you guys learned a lot from this question. Keep in mind that you can also win something if you want to win something like Brendan. Keep those questions coming in on WhatsApp. We'll be more than glad to assist you with those. We're now going to go to an ad break. After that, Philippa is back again to take more questions.